Podcast episode number 73, Random Voiceover Lessons. And I've got 4 of them for you today. We're going to cover the goal of any booked voiceover session, 9 things to quit for your mental health, 3, I'm going to talk about your competitive edge, and 4, just a simple reminder from Cool Run-Ins. We've been subscribing to email newsletters that have 4 bite-sized chunks, and we learn a ton in them. So that's why we're trying it out in this video format. We're able to learn a lot in a shorter amount of time. So let's see if this helps you. Instead of sharing one thing that's impacted our career, I'm going to share 4. Hopefully they're encouraging and inspiring to you. 1. The goal of any booked voiceover session is not a great performance. It's a great collaboration. Yes, you heard me right. It's not all about you and your voice. Now, granted, yes, a lot of it can be in a session, as the focus is actually on you. However, it's the collaboration that can make it a wonderful experience for you and for your clients. So if you haven't experienced this already, there's going to be a point in your career where you're thinking, has this person actually ever directed anything before? Do they in fact have ears?
Okay, why did they ask me to smile in my read? My voice totally sounded like Ronald McDonald's smile in that last read. Okay, I just ran the gamut of emotions and we landed right back where we started.
If you're a voiceover talent and you've gone through that, please give a like to this video. So Heidi told the story that she was recently in a booked session and the director said that couldn't hear her smile.
Gasp.
Now, when she says that her peppy was turned up, it was all the way up, which made her think, what could this person actually mean instead of a smile? And the client also said that she didn't sound like she was excited about what she was saying. And Heidi is really good at taking direction, and she's very sensitive to taking direction as well, meaning she understands what the client usually wants. So because there was this discrepancy, she had to dive a little bit deeper. Okay, what might I possibly not be hearing in what they're directing? Because you're going to get a bunch of different people who direct different ways, and they may not be able to communicate it the way that you're used to. So you have to figure that out as a talent. Heidi then realized, oh, I think I know what my client wants. Instead of being excited throughout the whole read, she wants to hear more layers, as in layers to the script, and not just one note all the way through. So the very next take, she actually did it with less smile and less excitement all the way throughout, and the client loved it. So we give this example because as voiceover talent, yes, we want to wow them, but we also have to have some humility. It's a collaboration, it's a partnership. You're trying to work toward what the client actually wants. So Heidi's goal wasn't to be right in all of her choices. The goal was to collaborate with the team, get the best result for what they need and the project overall. Random lessons number 2. This one has to do with mental health. 9 things to quit to help your mental capacities. Number 1, self-criticism. Get rid of that. Number 2, need for control. Number 3, playing the comparison game. That is a no-win situation. 4, failure to give yourself credit. You've got to give yourself credit. 5, striving for perfection. 6, refusing to ask for help. Stop doing that. Just ask for it. 7, never saying no. Sometimes you got to protect yourself, whether that's your time or your sanity. 8, don't notice your feelings, meaning you should notice your feelings and honor them because they're there for a reason. And 9, not enough sleep. Stop doing that. You gotta get sleep, especially the older you get. So which part in this list hit you the most? Is it self-criticism? I know I used to think that self-criticism only had an effect on me and nobody else, but that's not the case. Whenever we get into a self-criticism spiral, that doesn't only affect us. For me, we can simply pass on that judgment to others, and that's not good. We, as voiceover talent and people, need to be better so that we can be better for other people around us and be a positive influence. Take care of yourself. Give yourself that permission because it's okay and it's necessary. Number 3 in random voiceover lessons, your competitive edge. We just met a wonderful guy who's interested in voiceover, and he's an author, very gifted. He's written many books, has been invited to speak all over, and Heidi ended up having a private coaching session helping him to figure out how he can utilize his experience in the voiceover world. Yes, you can make a full-time living at it, but it doesn't mean there's not a lot of competition. But within that competition within voiceover, that just allows you and me the opportunity to uncover our competitive edge and what we have to offer. And I mentioned that Heidi does private coaching. Well, she opened that up earlier this year, one-on-one private voiceover business coaching. One of her favorite things about those times is helping people figure out what their competitive edge is and how they can leverage that. Not to mention everybody's stories, because everybody's journey is different and everybody's background is different. So what would your competitive edge be? How can you leverage that to increase your voiceover opportunities? If you need help with that, I'll put a link to Heidi's private one-on-one coaching in the description. And finally, number 4 in our random voiceover lessons, just a simple reminder from the movie Cool Runnings. It's been a minute since it's been out, but it's a fantastic movie about the Jamaican bobsled team. Didn't know that they had one? You gotta check the movie out. It's hilarious, and it's also inspiring. And may he rest in peace, John Candy was the coach of the team, which leads into the quote.
A gold medal is a wonderful thing, but if you're not enough without it, You'll never be enough with it.
So if you're like Heidi, who's a striver and is just a performer, and you struggle with finding your significance in performance, let that be a good reminder to just lean into feeling that you are enough without having to achieve anything, especially outward achievement. For me, I go back and forth. Some days doesn't matter, I'm just going to do my best. And then the next day it could be, oh, I haven't done enough. But if you do have trouble with that, make sure you see a counselor. It's okay. Make that a part of your business investment, your mental health, even if you have to go to a professional. I'm not afraid to say it. I meet with one every month. Helps me business-wise as well as personally. So there's our 4 random voiceover lessons. Hope you got something out of that, and at the very least, we're inspired and encouraged. If you need to reach out, you can always reach me at mike@atlantavoiceoverstudio.com or hit us up at Atlanta Voiceover Studio. I'll put all the links in the description so you can check it out. Till then, cheers to you and your voiceover journey.